Hello everyone, you're watching Life of Ryan, and today I've got a special video for you, one that's not your regular vlog. So last week I went to Paris with my best friend Billy to pick something up for him, and I'm going to be sharing our little adventure because I just so happened to record quite a bit of it on my dash cam. And what I want to do in this video is essentially show you the worst way to experience Paris. However, there are plenty of sights to admire, and we did see plenty of wonderful sights indeed. And we did see a minor traffic collision. Don't know if it qualifies, I'll let you be the judge when you see it. But anyway, I'm going to show you the footage in a moment. Here's a little circular map of Paris, and the circled part of what you see on the screen is actually where we basically drove. We drove around there. And that's it, all right? So I'm just gonna show you Paris, and at the end of this video, I'll actually tell you the best way to experience Paris as a tourist. Just don't do what I did and jump in the car, because driving in Paris is a nightmare for the following reasons, all right? Let's just get right into it in the video. Enjoy. So here we are on the way to Paris. It's over a 3-hour journey from Château de la Baminière, and no, I'm not driving this fast, it's actually sped up. This is the actual speed, what I was driving at. Weather conditions, absolutely terrible. And here we are approaching Paris now, and you can see the traffic has picked up, and so has the speed of the clip, all right? We weren't going this fast in traffic, that's very dangerous. But we chose to go here just before lunchtime, and here is the first little sight of the Eiffel Tower in the distance, just above the rooftop there. Blink and you'll miss it. But Paris was quite busy. So this is the ring road around Paris, and we're finally gonna come off of this ring road. And I want you to take note of the architecture around these parts. One thing that stood out to me is that Paris is not very pretty on the outskirts. You know, it's it just felt run down, full of traffic, full of cars. It was a bit of a nightmare, to be honest. However, once you finally get into Paris, right here, we're kind of getting into the heart of Paris now. Look at the lovely cafes, red light galore. There's so many red lights in Paris. That's one of the reasons why I hate driving in Paris. But just admire the architecture, okay? I'm skipping through quite a lot because we were stuck at red lights most of the time. You can just see how many there are. It's crazy, it really is. You can see the wide streets here. Absolutely gorgeous architecture. I can't stress that enough. Plenty of delivery trucks and lorries kind of randomly stopped in the street, because that's another thing you have to be careful of in Paris. There's nowhere to stop. So people are just gonna randomly stop in the street, and it's quite dangerous. Also, be very careful with pedestrians in Paris, because people do tend to cross the roads, they come out at you. So yeah, you've got to keep an eye out for those pesky pedestrians, however it is they're right. And I am a pedestrian myself on occasion, of course. And there's another bloody truck stopped. Why are they randomly stopped there at an intersection? Terrible, just terrible. But you can see in Paris, it's just so busy, you know. I did spot this lovely couple here and decided to let them go because that is their right, you know, across the road. So when I do see pedestrians, of course I stop. And it's important to adopt quite the passive driving method in Paris. Just be very defensive and just think that everyone's out to get you, all the other cars, and then you'll be okay. And that was an amber light that I crossed at, by the way. I went through. It was not red, so I didn't break any laws, okay? But check out that beautiful building to the right there. That's Le Grand Hotel. That's obviously a very stunning hotel. And you can see on the ground floor is Café de la Paix, which is a wonderful cafe there. And check this out. This is the Palais Garnier, and it's a famous opera house. I believe now it's a museum, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, it's one of the most beautiful buildings in Paris, in my opinion. And the inside is even more stunning than the outside. You will not believe it. So please check out the Palais Garnier if you have a chance, if you're in Paris. And here I am on the day. I'm in Paris. Woo! The traffic is awful. The traffic is awful. I love it. You can see that I'm still having a good time despite the bumper to bumper traffic. And another thing you got to be careful of are the motorcyclists because they like to snake between cars. You can see there, one just did exactly what I said. And yeah, they're a bit more vulnerable than a car as well, so I certainly wouldn't want to hit a motorcyclist. But here's the juicy part. There you go, he just went straight through that 4x4 there, didn't care that it was a zebra crossing, but I thought I'd patiently wait for the people to traverse this street and then keep an eye on that lorry that's coming up on the right, and I've got right away, and then he just pulls out. So basically, I understand he's got a job to do, but there's chaos that ensues, okay? So keep an eye on that motorcyclist with the blue box. He's about to have a minor traffic collision, and I want to get your thoughts. Who's at fault? Boom! There we go. So he collided with the bike there. There were obscenities screamed, and then boom, look at that! A lad in a beige coat on an electric scooter squeezes past my car as I'm about to go. They don't care. These are the ones who really annoy me. The ones on electric scooters, they should not be on the road. They're dangerous. So yeah, hopefully he'll not come off, but hopefully he'll put his electric scooter down and not use it again because he doesn't know how to ride an electric scooter. Very dangerous indeed. Let's move on to a less stressful note, okay? Because I'm having PTSD just watching this. It was incredibly stressful driving through Paris, but look at the beautiful cobbled streets we're driving on, by the way, and the beautiful buildings either side. We're coming up for the Place de la Concorde now. It has plenty of statues, some fountains, and you can see there the tall structure to the left is an Egyptian obelisk, and in the distance there's another tall structure, and that's actually the Eiffel Tower. So we're gonna come up to that. That's the ultimate goal. Let's find the Eiffel Tower. Now, I had no idea where to place my car because it's so wide, this street. It's actually quite confusing. They've left the cobbles clean of any traffic lines apart from the pedestrian zebra lines. So yeah, you don't really know where to go. But I kind of guessed it, I winged it, and it all works out just fine in the end. Now, if you continue straight on this road, that there is the Arc de Triomphe, with the famously big roundabout, which is quite treacherous. So here we are, we're leaving Place de la Concorde now, making our way towards the Eiffel Tower. Let's check it out, shall we? It's coming up on our left. You can just about spot it between the trees. It's the other side of the river, so there is the River Seine dividing us. And let's get my thoughts on the day. I was clearly very excited. Eiffel Tower! Yes, Ryan, great observation. It is indeed the Eiffel Tower. Now, coming out of the tunnel, we're going to get an even better view of the Eiffel Tower. And there it is. There it is. You know, it wasn't even supposed to be a permanent landmark of Paris. It was only for the World Expo or something like that. I don't quite remember. But yeah, there you go. It's beautiful, isn't it? It's a pretty looking telephone mast, isn't it? It looks nicer from further away, I'll be honest. There you have it, everyone. That there was the little adventure in Paris that I had with my best friend. We didn't get out of the car, but nonetheless, we had great fun navigating the mean streets of Paris. Now, let me tell you, in summary, what I think of Paris and how I think you should navigate Paris as a tourist, or if you're going there for the first time. So, Paris is a beautiful city. It's in fact one of the most beautiful cities in my opinion due to its architecture and its history. However, driving in Paris is a big no-no. I honestly wouldn't drive in Paris unless I absolutely had to, because This wasn't a busy time of day, it was around lunchtime, and nonetheless, there was plenty of traffic, plenty of chaos going on. So I wouldn't want to get caught in rush hour traffic in Paris in a million years. I would probably, burst into tears. No, I'm just kidding. I've driven in Southeast Asia, so I'm pretty experienced when it comes to city driving and chaotic people on the road. But if you want to travel, get around Paris, here's what I recommend, okay? For example, you get off the plane at Charles de Gaulle Airport. Well, the first thing you should do is get a taxi or an Uber of some sort to get to your hotel because you're going to have loads of luggage, loads of valuables on you. So you're going to want to put them down, okay? Keep them nice and safe in your hotel. And then when you want to go out in Paris, if you feel comfortable enough, I recommend taking the metro. You can get all around Paris and see all of the wonderful stops. It's quite easy to navigate as well. Just be aware that the pickpockets do roam the metro looking for tourists, so just keep your bag on the front of you. Don't have any big luggage on the metro and you should be just fine. Or if money is no issue to you, then why not just get a taxi all around Paris, and that's it. It's probably the best way to do it, but you know, taxis can be quite expensive, so bear that in mind as well. But anyway, that's it for this video. It's a little bit different to what I usually do, but I had this footage and I just really wanted to find a way to share it, so hopefully you did enjoy this video. Regular videos are going to be coming probably tomorrow. Actually, I might film a little bit and try and do a video every day, back to the normal vlogs, and that's it. Okay, so I'm gonna love you and leave you now. Again, hope you enjoyed this. I'll see you tomorrow, and yeah, there you go. Happy days. Bye bye. Merry Christmas. It's Christmas Eve. Yeah, Merry Christmas.